Hey guys, assalamu alaikum. Here in this recording, this is the second part of the practice 3 problem 6. The very last part in the recent in the last in the recording before was how to locate the center of these two group of two half concentric circles. And as I told you, if you look carefully at the center of the of this center line, this is a circle of radius 140, which has the same center of this group of concentric circles. And the center of this small half circle up there, it's coming from the intersection of the extension of that line, which is making 135 with the horizontal, and that circle. So this is exactly what we did. We start by drawing a circle of 140, and the center is located here, and then we take that line and extend it all the way up. Now it's time to complete the drawing by going to circle, the first option, center and radius. Be sure that your intersection is active for the object snap. Here you go, the intersection, and then you go for the A, picking up this one. When the program asks you for the radius, it should be 15. The next circle, again, repeat circle, I can do it using offset or that option, center and radius again, which is 30. Okay, guys, and if you look carefully at the lower two half circles, the center is located along a horizontal line, which is making intersection with the same center circle of center lines. So what we need to do is to go again and say extend. When the program asks you for the object, just select the border as your extension limit, and then pick up this one to extend it all the way to the left. And then finally, instead of redrawing the two concentric circles, I'm gonna make copy from these outer circles, from this origin all the way to the bottom, to this one, and that's it. And now it's time to look at the tangent radius. It's very easy to see that if you are trying to find out the radius of this next two outer circles, one of them is 140 plus the radius of the small circle, and the other one is 140 plus the radius of the outer circle of the first one is 140 plus 15, the second one is 140 plus 30. And if you look for the inner two circles, this one, I mean that one, this one is 140 minus 115. I can do it this way. I can start by just drawing a circle using a center and radius. When the program asks me for the center, here is the center. And when the program asks me for the radius, as I said, one of them is 140 plus 15, which is 155. Okay, unfortunately, because I chose something wrong with the location of my center, I have to go and redraw it again. Okay, let me erase this one. And just I want to be sure that my circle is concentric with this group of circles. So what we need to do right now is the following: is to go and say center. When the program asks me for the center, better to go and activate only the center, which is supposed to be the center. And then the program asks me for the radius. I'm gonna put 155 as I mentioned before. Okay, here you go, guys. You notice that there is something wrong here. I should, if this drawing was right, this small circle and the big circle, they should both be tangent. So let's try something else. Maybe there is something wrong when I put the center and the radius. Here is the center, and when the program asks me for the radius, it should be 15. I don't know why this one is showing 12. Okay. I have dots. Okay, so let me erase everything. Sorry, guys. And maybe you'll face something like this, but there is no big deal. I can redraw them again, guys. The first thing to locate is to locate the center, as I mentioned, of this the center of these two circles on the bar. If you see, this is an extension of the same line, which is making 130, 135. Okay, here you go. I think the problem was I see the point right now. That line, actually, I have to redraw that line starting from this center or that center, it doesn't matter. and it should go through this center, and it should stop somewhere. And then take this circle, center and radius should be the same center. When it comes to the radius, it should be 140. Yeah, I see the mistake that I did actually. When I put that circle, I put it 142. So this one should be 140 as it is shown there. As it is shown there. Okay. And now take that line and extend it. This is my extension border. Here you go. And now I can easily redraw the two circles. The first one has a center here, so be sure that the intersection is active. Okay, here you go. And then you put the radius, which is 15. The next one, as I said, I can redraw it using offset, where the offset distance would be the difference between 30 and 15, which is another 15. Take this one and move upwards. Repeat offset, enter for the distance. This one, upward, enter. Now, guys, what I need to do is just to take these two circles, copy from that base point all the way to the next base point. Okay. So again, I'm gonna make copy for these two circles from this base point all the way to intersection, which is supposed to be the next base point. Now, what we need to do, guys, is to look carefully at this tangent circle. If this is a tangent circle, this means that this tangent circle should go through this A center. Okay, and that tangent circle should have a radius of 140 plus 15, which means 155. So let's try the first circle here. You see, you draw a circle using the center and the radius. I'm sorry. When the program asks you for the center, take this intersection. And when the program asks you for the radius, just put 155. Here you go, guys. Repeat circle again from the same intersection or same center. But this time it will be 170. Here you go. And the very last circle is to let this A circle tangent to be tangent to these two circles from inside. So I'm gonna make another circle, center and radius. Here is the same exact center, but when it comes to the radius, you have to go and catch this point or to catch that point, because I guarantee that these A two points are also the tangent. Now it's time to get rid of these extra lines by going to trim. This is not trim, extend. So take this one, take that one as your trimming edge, and then I can go through all these lines there. Not only this, I can also get rid of this. Okay, now better to go back and repeat trim again. And this time you will define this one as your trimming limits. Here you go. Here you go. Here you go. Okay, this one also not need not to read there. And this one should be the center line later, inshallah. I'm gonna. So now enter. It's time to make an arc up there, which has a radius of 56. So you go and say center, tangent radius. This is the first tangent, this is the second tangent. And finally, our 56 should be the radius of that circle. Here you go. Whatever I did at the top, I will repeat again at the bottom. So repeat circle using a tangent radius becomes this one, becomes that one. What will be the radius of the lower one? Should be 60. There you go. And now finally, I'm gonna trim using these two edges. Repeat trim. Repeat trim. These are the trimming edges, and then finally, I'll get rid of this one. Not only this, guys, if you look carefully, there is no any hidden arc here. I mean, a lot of the visible arc here or there, so it's better to go and say trim again. But this time we'll read this one and that one. and again repeat trim. The left part here in this recording, guys, is to remove these two inner bars. So again, trim. Take this one. Take that one there. I'm sorry, I should take these two as my trimming edges, no problem. Take these two as your trimming edges. And finally, I'm gonna remove this inner big arc of that big circle. Repeat trim. Take this one. Take this one as your trimming edges and remove that inner part there. And before I proceed, guys, I prefer to change some of the lines into to center line as is shown there in that picture. Okay, so how can I do this? You have to go format. If this menu bar is not there, very easy to bring it by just clicking here and going all the way down and say show menu bar. Because it's there, the only option is hide menu bar. Anyway, the reason for having this one is because I need to go to format and go to line type so I can upload new line types. The default line types there are all visible, but I need to upload different types of line, like center line, like header line, like sectioning line, whatever. So we'll start with the center line. You go to load, and then out of this option, don't care about it until you can see a clear center or center two word written there. Center, hidden, not hidden, center. Here you go. I'm gonna go for the second option, and before you leave, you highlight this one and say current. This means that all the coming lines will be center line. Let's see what will happen, guys. You see, although this one shows in the properties, I will show you later that it's center line. Here you go, guys, or center two, but it does not show like center two because of the big limits that we changed. So as long as you did not change your limits, everything will be clear. But once you change your limits, either by increasing or decreasing, you might not be able to see the details of the line. Okay. Anyway, so how can I bring this one to the center line? Just left click to highlight it and then right click, go to properties. Out of the properties thing, you have to do two things. First of all, color of the line, I have to change it to red. Okay, if I did to red. And then the line type is center line. And then finally, the scale. This should change to big number. Let's try 20. And because of my experience, I already know that 20 will be the best choice. So this is how the center line will look like. So now I'm gonna get back to my question. Which lines I need them to be center lines? It's like this one, and that one, and this one, and that one. And sometimes the student you need to keep also another copy of your center line. So anyway, so you go and see from out of this colored circle, there is something called match property. You go to match property. You select this one. No, not this one, of course. Okay, let's keep it for now. This one. Anyway, guys, you can easily see how these lines become visible. Again, let me take back some of the mistakes that I conducted here. That's the origin. So I need this one to be repeat recent input, which is match probability. Take this one as your base. change this one, change that one, then change this one, and that one again. So this is how this here looks like. Inshallah, in the next recording, I'm gonna show you how to add up the dimension and how to make the printout as PDF or physical printout. Assalamu alaikum.